Imagine unlocking the secrets of India's crop production with just a few clicks. In this Power BI tutorial, I'm going to show you how to analyze, visualize, and uncover the insights that could reshape the future of agriculture. So, let's dive in. Moving on to the KPIs that will be uncovered in this project are total production, which measures the overall output of all the crops. Average production per area assesses the crop yield efficiency. Top producing state identifies the leading contributor to the overall crop production. Crop diversity index indicates the variety of crops grown. Crop efficiency indicates or evaluates the effective use of resources. Top crop focuses on the most highly cultivated crop. So, without further ado, let's get into the demo of the project. So, this is the final dashboard or the report that you will be creating by the end of this project. So, as you can have a look here, this is the total production of the crop production analysis in India. For example, 141.18 billion was the total production of the crops in India, and then this was the average production per area, and Kerala was the highest in terms of bringing the total production or the top producing state. You can have a look at here that this is a waterfall chart which shows that in the whole year this was the total production, and later on there was a gradual decrease or a decline in the total production in subsequent crop years. And you can see that the total production by season, for the whole year season, this was the total production which brought in around 97% of the total production, and then Kharif was another season. And you can see this is a dynamic slicer also for different seasons. And these are the top 10 districts by the total production and highlighting their average production per area. And these are the top 10 years which show the total production. And total production by each crop, you can see that coconut was highest, and then sugarcane, and then rice, wheat, potato, and so on. And all these figures are in trillions, because if you just hover onto it, you can see that for the crop coconut, the figure is relatively large. For example, if I just show you season summer, you can see in the summer season, this was the total production, and then this was the average production per area, and West Bengal was the top producing state. And in the season summer, rice was the highest in terms of total production, and the crop years, let's say summer, were the top 10 years were 2011, 13, and so on. And if I just unclear my selection, it will be restored back to normal. Moving on to the second report that we have created, basically is the crop diversity index is the another KPI that we have created. Crop diversity index basically shows that what number of crops can be planted in a specific area, and then the crop efficiency, that how a particular crop can utilize large area of a land, and this is the top crop. And this is the crop diversity index by the crop year. Then this is the total production by the state name and the crop, and average production per area by state name for each. For example, if I hover onto it, you can see Assam contributed around 84 or the total 85% of the average production. And similarly for Arunachal Pradesh, you can see. And this is the total production and the total area by the crop year. For example, in 2011, you can have a look that this was the total area, and on this particular total area, this was the total production that I got out of it. So basically, these are the two reports that you will be creating by the end of this project. So let's get into how you will be creating these attractive dashboards. Okay, so now we will start with the actual creation of the reports or the dashboards. But before that, first we are going to make sure that we save our work, and then we will start working on the project. So what you are going to do is, in the top left corner here, this is the save button. So you will click here and you will just write it as crop production analysis of India. And you can change different locations. For example, I will save it in my documents and I'll click on save. So now it has saved my work. Now I will start by creating the actual report. So before that, the first crucial step we always know is to get the data from a data source by importing the data. Then we will work upon the data cleaning options, and then we will work on the final creation of the report. So what am I going to do is I want to click on get data here, and I want to transport it from data sources. Again, you can see that here are various data sources: Excel, Power BI, semantic models, and many more. But for now, again, we are going to click on text and CSV, and this is the data set that we are going to work with. So I'll just click here. And now you can see the preview here. You can see there are different state names, and these are the districts, and this is the crop year in which a particular crop was manufactured or basically harvested or grown. It could be anything. The season of the, for example, kharif crops are those which are mostly grown in summers, and there are rabi crops also which are mostly grown in winters. Then this is the crop, or which crop was that. For example, there is rice, bananas, and this is the area and the production. Now I will just click on load, or you can again click on transform data and load. First you can transform the data and then you can load it, or simply you can just load it and then work on data cleaning options. But today I'm going to click on transform data because I want to make sure to wipe out any irregularities in my data. So for that, what am I going to do is, this will load my Power Query editor, and now I can work on I can work on whatever data irregularities I want to wipe away. So first of all, here I'm going to change the name of the table, crop production. Now what I can do is, I want to check the state name. The state name looks fine, but again I can remove this dash from between. I don't want it, or the underscore. So I will just click here and make sure the data types are also consistent. The data types are completely fine. This is a text based field, and so we have a text based field. This is the name of the district. So let me just wipe off the underscore again and click on district name. Then crop year. Again, I will remove the underscore. Crop year. Season is fine. Crop is fine. Area is fine. And production is fine in the decimal number type, data type. But what you can see is, if I just scroll down, you can see and have a look here that many of the records here are null. And I want to make sure that there are no null fields or records. So what am I going to do is, wherever there is null, I will replace it with a 0. So I will click here and I will click on replace values. And I want to find the value null and I want to replace it with 0, and I will just hit on enter or OK. Now again, same for area. I will right click, I will click on replace values, and if possibly there are any null values, so I will just replace it with 0, and again hit enter on your keyboard and or click OK, and then all the necessary changes will be done. Now everything seems fine. Now I will click on close and apply here and close and apply. Now whatever changes that we did to our data set, whatever data inconsistencies we removed, these will be reflected here once I show you the table, and then you can easily see for yourself. So all the rows have been loaded. Now you can see here, if I just on the data pane, if I just show you here, you can see that I made changes to certain column names. Crop year, the underscores have been removed, the district name, the state name, all the underscores have been removed. So whatever changes we must have done, these are easily reflected. So I will just, now what am I going to do is, since this is data set containing of one table only, which is this crop production table, there are no other tables in this data set. So there would be no option of data modeling. So now we will just start with by creating our main report. That is going to be the essence of this whole project. So what am I going to do is, this is my pane where I will be building my visuals. So first of all, I'm going to want a canvas background color. So what you can do is, in the visualizations pane, first of all, this is the visual sections where you can choose different charts. And this is the format page where you can work with by changing your certain visual settings. For now, I want to change my canvas color and I will choose a particular color, which is this one. If you want, you can see here also. If you want to just see the color that I've been using, this is the code of the color that I will be using. So let me just show you. And then I want to make my transparency back to all 0. And now this is how it would look like. I can also change the way or the orientation of how I'm viewing this page. So I will change the view of the page. For example, I want to do it fit to width. So now this also seems fine. Now what you can do is, I will go back to my home tab. And now I want to start working on certain visualizations. So first of all, before going into that, I want to make sure there is a particular title to my whole report. So what am I going to do is, I'm going to click here on the insert tab and I'm going to insert a shape which is going to be a rectangle. And let me just show you. And let me just resize it all the way over here. And what I can do is, if you want to change the basically the rounded corners of this shape, or you want to fill different colors, what you can do is, once you have you have resized the shape, you can go to the shape section here and you can make sure you can choose different shapes also. For example, if I show you, if I choose again, you will see that the corners here have been significantly changed. But I think that's not a best idea right now. I want to choose a shape which was rectangle only. So I will go with my rectangle. Now what I can do is, if I want to work on the style option, I can change the style here. For example, this color is currently blue, which does not really complement the color. So what am I going to do is, I'm just going to go with some other color. Yeah, this actually has a contrast towards it. What else I can do is, I can choose a suitable title. But before that, you can see here, these borders are there which are not looking great. So what I can do is, I can again select the shape. I can go to the style section drop down and I can choose, either I can choose a border or I can simply switch off my borders. And now this will be gone. And now you can insert a text box to show basically the title of what report or dashboard that we are creating. So let me just resize it. And I will write it as, let me just zoom in for you. Crop production analysis of India. And I will just select this and I will choose a font which is Calibri, and then I will choose a size which is 24 precisely. I will make it into bold. I will just resize this. And then what else I can do is, I can make the center line. Now you can also make sure, what you can do is, you can change the color of this also. So I want a font color which is light in color. So maybe I'll go with something like a turquoise shade I want. So I'll just choose something from here. Now what I can do is, once I'm done with this, I can go to the format text box option and I can choose a background which is the same color as the title bar here. And now what I can do is, I will drag this all the way over here. And now you can see. So let me just go to the view section and make this fit to width again. So what you can do is, actually it's not exactly in the middle, so I will bring this in the middle, or maybe a bit more in the middle. Again, you can just select this. For example, if I am not liking the color, I can change the color also. I think this would look more bright. Yeah. So now this looks much better. Now what you can do is, again, you can start with the visualizations. Let me just switch the position of it. It's not exactly center lined as I want it. Yeah. Now this looks much better. So now first, I'm going to create a waterfall chart which is going to show you the total production by season and the crop year. But before that, I need to make sure that I create a measure for total production. So what am I going to do is I'm going to go to the home tab here and I'm going to click on new measure. And this will open the pane where I want to write my DAX expression. So if I just show you here, I will write it as total production and I will sum the crop production, total production here, and this will sum it. So if I show you, this is the measure that we have gotten here. Total production, we have gotten this measure. Now what am I going to do is I'm going to select a waterfall chart here. Now what is the role of a waterfall chart? Waterfall chart basically makes sure to show you a certain value in different stages. For example, if there was a total proportion of something and how it basically increased or decreased with each stage. So once I plot this visualization, you will have a much better understanding of what am I trying to say. So let me just show you first. So I want to see the total production by season and break it down by crop year. So I will drag this season into my categories because there can be various seasons again like Kharif, Rabi and the whole year. And I want to break it down by each crop year. And my y-axis should have the values as total production. So now if I just show you, for example, if I show you, this was my total production in all the seasons. For the whole year, this was my total production, and gradually it decreased. For example, if you can see here, if I just hover onto it, you can see that in the year 2004, my production changed. It decreased eventually from then to 2004, 14, and 2016, and then 2013, and then 2011, and then there were other also. And then moving on, there was Kharif crop also, which saw a great decline also. So you can see here that how what led to this was my total production and how it gradually decreased. So now what you can do is you can resize it again. And now you can go here in the format visual section and you can click on general and go to the effects section to change the background of this. So we will go with the canvas color only that we have selected. Then what you can do is you can go to the title drop down menu of the general section in the visualizations format visual pane and you can make sure this is first of all center aligned and make sure the font is consistent throughout. For example, today I'm going to go with Calibri and I'm going to make it bold. Now the text color is not visible as such, but this is the color, or you if you want you can go with white only. But maybe today we're going to choose a different shade only. For example, let me just show you. This looks much better. Now, and you can choose a background color also for this. And now you can change the text color, I'll say. And you can make sure the font size is small. Now what else you can do is you can go to back to the visual section and for the x-axis you can change the color of this. You can go with this color and then you can make it bold. But again you have to choose Calibri only. And then you can resize it. And if you want to remove the bold, you can remove the bold, that is not an issue. And similarly for the title, you can again change it back to Calibri. And you can choose the color that we have been using. Now move to the y-axis. We can change the values. We can use the color that we have been using in the x-axis. Again, you will change the font type also. Same goes for the title, and you will change the color, and you will just resize it. Make sure the legends are on the center left, or maybe center right. We'll choose center right for this. And you can make sure that you don't need a title for this, so just you can switch off the title also. And what you can do is you can remove the grid lines, you can switch off the grid lines, or you can have the grid lines, but make sure to make them in a solid style, I'll say. So what you can do is, or you can just simply switch off the grid lines only, because these don't look good. Now what you can do is, for the text of the legend, the text is not available, right? So you can just choose this color, and you can make it in a smaller size, and you can choose Calibri for this. Now if you want to change the color of the columns, you can choose different colors. For example, for the total, let's say I want something like this color, so I will choose this color. For the others, I can choose this color, let's say. For the decrease, I can have a much more lighter shade, which is this one. And for the increase, I can have this one. So now this shows the total production by season and crop year. But right now it's not visible exactly. The borders are not visible. So I will go to the general section here, and I'll go to the effects part of this, and I will make sure a visual border is also on. But I want a color which is this one. And I'll choose some rounded corners, let's say up to 15 pixels, or maybe let's make it 12. And I will use a shadow also, but the shadow should be of the color that the canvas is currently in. And now if I show you, this is how it's going to look. You can change the title also. The title actually is fine, but I want the title to be now, so I can go with different font also. Let me go with Arial. Yeah, now this looks much better. What you can do is you can also change the color for the legend of the column increase. It's not visible, right? So you can choose this color, a darker shade, I'll say. Yeah. And you can go to the general section back, and you can choose a border which is in a much more subtle shade, I'll say. So for the border, you can choose something dark, I'll say. Now you will just adjust them accordingly. Now what we are going to do is, now we are going to show the total production by season. So only the season we are going to highlight. We are going to see the top two seasons which brought in the most total production. Where the total production, what were the two seasons where the total production was the highest. So for example, what we are going to do is, we're going to select a donut chart, and then let me just resize the donut chart. Now I want to see the total production by season, so I'll just select this visualization, and I'll bring the season here to the legend section, and total production into the values, and I'll go to the visual section, and I want only top two seasons. So I will choose for example, let me just show you. I want a top end level type of filtering with top two showing the highest total production by value, and I'll click on apply filter. You can see here that in the whole year, this was the total production. Of course, throughout the year, the total production was the highest, and the Kharif crop also was one of the most contributors which generated into the total production. So, what am I going to do is I'm going to select here, I'm going to format paint it, and I'm just going to simply select here. And now most of the work is done. But what you can do is you can format these visuals. You can go to the slicer section. You can change the slicer colors also. So for example, for a whole year, I can choose a much lighter shade. For example, if I go with this, and then I can choose for Kharif, I can choose this. So, and also I want to make sure my detail labels are also in a label content where I want the category and I want the percent of total. And this will help me to switch off the visual legends basically. Now what I can do is I can go to the value section of the labels here and I can choose a color. For example, let me choose color which was previously used, and then I can make this bold, and then I can also choose Arial. So now this is the total production by season. Now again, what we can do is we can make another visualization also where I will be creating a table and I will show you basically the top 10 districts which brought in the highest total production and their average production per area. But to show you the average production per area, I want to create a measure also for this. So I will click on the new measure here in the calculation section. And what am I going to do is again, I am going to write it as average production per area, and I'm going to write it as divide. Divide will basically divide it, will divide the two fields that I want to work with. So there is already a measure created, total production. So you can also involve the already created measures also. Divide total production by sum of crop production area. Let me just show you. This is, I will select this and I'll hit enter. But before that, what you can do is you can also click 0 here, write actually 0. For example, let me just make sure there are changes. And you will, here it shows save divide function with ability to handle divide by 0 case. So I will also use a 0 such that if my denominator has 0, it will not result in an error also. So now it's done. So now what you can do is again, you will choose a table here and you will just resize it and just resize this all the way. And you will just make sure to now what am I going to do is first I want to show the district names. So I will choose different district name here in this first column as my district name. Then I will choose the total production and I will show the average production per area also. Let me just show you. Yeah, now it's visible. So what you are going to do is first of all you're going to click here and you're going to make any necessary changes. For example, you can just click here and now most of the work is done. But now what you can do is you can just go here and you can go to the general section, or you can go first on the visual section and you can work with the grid. For example, if I want my horizontal grid lines should be in let's say they are in darker blue color, and similarly my vertical grid lines are also in the same color, which is this one. Now what you're going to do is the values should be in the Arial format, let's say, and I will click on bold here. If you don't want bold, you can just simply unselect it. You will make sure that the size are appropriate. I want my text color to be this one which I was previously using for most of the values, and my background color, let's say this background color would look good. So now it actually highlights most of the part. And for the alternate text color, I can go with this color, and I will choose an alternate background color, which is this. And what you can do is my column headers can also be in Arial, let's say, and they can be in bold, and you can just resize them, and you can choose a text color, which is this one, and you can choose a background color, let's say you can go with something like this, I'll say, or if not this, you can go with something much more darker, and you can choose a text color which is lighter, and you can just switch off the totals. There is no need to actually see the totals, I'll say. Now you can put a filter here also. For example, I want to see only the top 10 districts basically. So I'll just click on top 10 here, and I'll click on 10. By what value? I want to see by the total production. And I'll click on apply filter here. And then I'll just resize this all the way over here. Let me just show you first. And then, so with this, we have created the first table. Now what you can do is you can just click here, and let me just click on this visualization, and you can make sure there is a title. You can switch this title on, and you can write it as top 10 districts by total production. And you can, cause the bold, it's already bold, and the title also looks fine. So now what you can do is, if I just show you the bigger picture here, you can see here that this is how it's currently looking like. So let me just resize this also. And I will drag this all the way over here, and I will just shift it here, and let me just resize it. And let me just resize this all the way over here. Move it to the down, a bit down, and then you can choose the waterfall chart to increase also. You can just increase the size here, and you can also make sure this visualization is also increases in size. Now what you can do is we will also be creating another table here. We will make sure the KPIs are here. My slicer is here. So what am I going to do is, let me just click on the view page here. Either I can click on view, and I can choose a page view here which is fit to width. And let me just resize this a bit. Now I will go to the visualization section, and I will choose another table, and I'll just resize this. Now what am I going to do in this one is, I want to see basically the top 10 crop years, basically the years in which the total production was the highest and their average production per area. So what am I going to do is, what am I going to include in my table columns are the crop years first as the column, and I don't want the sum, so I will just click here on don't summarize, and I will choose the total production, and again I will choose the average production per area. And what am I going to do is, I'll click on crop here, and my filter type would be top n, and so I will just click on top 10 here, and by what value? By the total production value. So I will just click on apply filter here, and you can see that now I have gotten the, basically I have gotten the total production and average production per area. Let me just swap these. Now what you're going to do is, you're just going to select on this visualization, and you're going to go to the home tab. You're going to click on format paint, and you're just going to do them on this. So now most of the changes have been done, and this is what we didn't actually need to do. Most of the work was done. What you can do here is you can just make sure to add a title also. So go to the general section, choose a title for this: top 10 years by total production. And now this has also been taken care of. Now what you can do is you can go to the visual section here, and you're going to click on totals drop down menu, and we are going to switch these off also. So now this table has also been created by us. Now what you can do is you can click on this visualization, and you can go to the values section here, and you can increase the size of the values because these are not visible currently. Similarly, you can choose here, and you can choose the font type also, which is font type is Arial and the font size is 10, right? So now this is also done. Now we'll choose a stacked bar chart to create the next visualization. So let me just drag this all the way over here. In this visualization of stacked bar chart, I will be showing you the total production by each crop. So for example, if I want to see, let's say I want to see for coconut, or I want to see for crop, let's say rice, I want to see the total production for that crop. So how am I going to do that is, I'm going to drag the crop here on the y-axis. Let me just drag this. And I'm going to drag the total production here on the x-axis. So now this is also done. So you'll just click here, you'll click on format paint, and you can do most of the work will be taken care of. Or you can just select here, and you can format paint, and you can click here. So now this has also been taken care of. But what you can do is you can just go here on this section and click on the y-axis and make sure the values are in a bigger size. And let's choose a different color for now. Let's choose this color. Now what you can do is you can again make sure. Now for the x-axis also, you can click on values drop down menu here, and you can increase the size, and again you can leave it to Calibri also. And for the bars, you can do this. You can choose a color. If you want to go with this color, you can choose this color. And you can click on data labels if you want to switch on the data labels. And you can choose a value. Color of the value can be white so that these values are also visible. And you can make sure the size is small, and you can make it to bold, and you can go with Calibri here. So now you will have a look here. If you see for coconut, you can see that my total production was around 1,29,098 crores, and then 16 crores, 29 lakhs, and then 216, basically the ratio. This so approximately 1 trillion of the total production was generated by the crop coconut, and then sugarcane generated 0.01 or trillion of the total production, and then subsequently all other were there. Now what you can do is, now we will be creating the KPIs. So I'm just going to click on a card here to have my KPIs. So for example, if I want for, let's say, total production, so I will just drag this field here. 141.18 billion of the total production was generated. So let me just resize this all the way over here. And again, I can make sure, for example, for my call out value, I want my call out value in the, let's say, Calibri format, bold, and I will choose it in, let's say, 30. And I want the color to be this one. And I want my category label again to be in Calibri, bold, and I can choose the color this one, and I can go to the general section, go to the effects section, choose a color which is this if you want, or you can go with some darker color also, and you can choose a border. This is the border color most consistently that we've been using, or if you don't want a border, you can choose the same color, and you can make the rounded corners up to, let's say, 13, and you can choose a shadow also. For the shadow color, you can go with this, and that is how you will get your KPI. Now, similarly, you have to create more 2 KPIs. So you'll just click here on the other card, and you will drag this all the way down. Now, what you're going to do is, I want to see the average production per area, so I will drag this all the way over here, and I'm just going to click here on this card, and then format paint it and just click here. So that is how I will have to do least of my work. So now this is also done. Then again I will create another card, and then let me just resize this. Now I want to see the top producing state, which basically was highest in terms of bringing in the total production. So for that, what am I going to do is, I'm going to create a DAX expression of the top producing state. So I will click on the new measure here. So now I will write it as top producing state, and I will write it as calculate. You know, the calculate expression basically filters something based on a particular condition. So calculate, let me just write the DAX expression and then I will explain you in all later. So first non-blank. So yeah, now my DAX expression works. So let me just show you. So I will click on this visual and I will drag this field and then you will have the top reducing state. But how did I got this? Let me just explain you. Let me just format paint my this card also and then I will explain you. Let me just resize it. Now what happened was this was my DAX measure basically. So let me just explain you. So first, the calculate function is basically used to calculate a particular value based on some particular condition. So for that, now what we are going to do is the first non-blank. So first non-blank makes sure that whatever the condition was, based on that, for example, if this is first non-blank basically avoids any null record. So it makes sure that no null record is present. And then what we are going to do is then first non-blank basically makes sure that whatever the state name we are going to obtain, that is not blank. And then top end will basically the summarize function. So summarize function, let me just show you a whole roadmap for this. Summarize function basically summarizes the state name based on the total production. Each state name will be assigned the total production, and then top end will make sure that the total production for each state is arranged in a descending order here in the desk order, basically in the descending order, and will extract the top one record which has the highest total production. And then what we're going to do is the first non-blank will make sure that whatever the first record it has obtained, it is not blank, and then the calculate function will extract the state name of that. And so this is how the we have gotten the measure. So let me just show you the Kerala is now the top producing state. So now what we're going to do is we're going to choose a slicer also from here, and I'll choose a slicer here, and let me just make sure the size also comes all the way, and let me just resize this visualization also. So now I will choose the season as my field here for the slicer, and then I will go to the slicer settings and I will choose a tile here, and I'm going to go to the general section. Once we are in the general section here, I'm going to click on the effects drop down menu and I'm going to choose a color according to the canvas, and then there is no need of the visual border and the shadow. So I will go back to the visual section here, and then what I can do is I can choose the values here, and then I can make them in Calibri. I can make them bold as well, and I can choose a font color which I've been repetitively using. And what I can make sure is for the background of these, I can change the color. I can use this color, and the borders can again be in a color which is much more preferred here, or you can choose with something, you can choose a darker color also, and then you can make sure the slicer header is also visible. Season, you can choose here the Calibri format, and the font color again can be this one, and you can increase the size also. You can make this bold, and now this is how it looks. But what you can do is you can just add some color to make it pop also. So you will go here, you will go to the value section, and you will choose a background color. We can choose another background color, we can use this only. And so this is how basically it looks. Now what you can do is you can also if you want to insert an image, you can always insert an image, but before that I want to change the text color of this, so I can choose the text color also. So let me just select this, and I can choose this color. So now this actually makes it a bit pop also. Let me just scroll this. Now if you want to insert an image, you can also insert an image. So I will click here, insert, and I will click on image. And you can choose a map here from this. For example, this is the crop production analysis of India, right? So if you want to make it look much more catchy, you can insert this. That is completely subjective and that is up to you if you want. But I wanted to insert it, so I made sure that I insert this. Now I can also change the name of the page, overview and insights. With this, I have created my first dashboard or the first report of this first page, and now I will be creating another page or the another report, and now I will just rename this as detailed analysis. So this was the overview. These were the basically the main visualizations that we have been focusing on. I will start with the detailed analysis, which is by creating the another report. Now we'll create a report of the second page, and for this first we are going to create some various KPIs that are essential to this project, and then further on we will move to the other visualizations. So now first what we are going to do is we are going to make sure that the canvas background is same as the other report that we created in the previous page, and again you can make sure that the transparency is less. Similarly, you can go to the new measure section in the home tab to basically create a KPI or a measure that we will be writing down. And for this, you will be writing a DAX expression. So first, I will create a DAX expression or a measure for the crop diversity index. Now, what is crop diversity index? Crop diversity index basically refers to how many crops can be grown in a particular area, which basically shows that how farmers can grow a various diversity of crops, which can reduce any potential risks as well. So for this, you will write it as distinct count and then crop production crop. So distinct count is basically used as a formula which helps to count unique records in the table. And now you will hit enter. You will basically see a numerical figure of the count of various crops which shows the crop diversity index. So if I just show you, choose a card from here and I will drag this all the way down, and now you can see that this is the crop diversity index. Basically, this many number of crops can be planted or grown in a particular area. So let me just drag this all the way. Let me just resize it. Now you will create another measure. You will click on new measure here. And now what you are going to write down is the crop efficiency. Crop efficiency basically refers to how a particular crop utilizes a land and how much of the yield it generates. So for this, I will be writing first a DAX expression and then I will be further explaining you. So max, add columns, max, add columns, summarize, crop production, crop, and I will close this. Crop production crop, and then on the basis of efficiency. On the basis of efficiency, which will divide total production by sum of crop production, by the area, and then 0 and then 1. So actually it's not visible to me, yeah. And then on the basis of efficiency. Then I'll hit enter. So first I will show you this in a card and then I will explain you the tax expression for this. So let me just show you first. Let me just choose a card and now my card is here, and let me just resize this and I will drag this crop efficiency all the way here. So what happened was, when I created this crop efficiency measure, first step that took place was summarizing. So what does summarizing formula does? Summarize formula basically will group all the crops from the crop production table. It will summarize the crops from the crop production table. So temporary table is created. Now what would happen is, add columns will add a temporary column into this temporary crop table of the name efficiency, which has the formula as total production and the crop production area. So for example, if there are particular crop names in a field, and then simultaneously on the other side you will get the efficiency of each crop, and then what will max function do? Max function will pick the topmost crop with the highest efficiency. So that is how this measure works. Now let me just, so this is the crop efficiency, and now we will create another card also, and then basically another KPI, and let me just show you. So the another measure which we will be creating is the top crop, to identify that what was the top crop which resulted in the highest total production. So for that, again I will click on the new measure here. Top crop. And now again I will create, first I will write down the measure and then I will explain to you. Calculate first non-blank crop production, crop 1, and then top end 1, top end 1, summarize crop production, crop on the basis of total production, and then total production disk, and then I will hit enter. So now you can see here that the top crop measure has basically appeared, and now if I just drag it onto the value section, let me just select here, let me just remove it from here, and when you select here and you drag this field from here to here, you can see that okay, the coconut was the top crop which brought in the highest total production. Now when I explain this to you, let me just show you. So let me just zoom in for you. So what was the basically the method, or basically the idea behind this formula? So what did this measure do? Was first it made sure to summarize the crop production table on the basis of the crop, which on the basis of the crop and on the basis of the total production each crop brought. So for example, if there is a particular crop, let's say rice, so against it, or actually on the beside of it, there would also be the total production list down. So it will create a temporary table or summarize a temporary table based on a particular crop and the total production it brought in. once that temporary table is created, after that, what would happen is the top end function would make sure to arrange all of these temporary table records into the descending order on the basis of the total production they bought in. So once it has arranged them in the descending order, it will extract the top one record, it will extract the top one crop which was highest on the basis of the total production. And once that is also extracted, what would happen is it will make sure, first it will check this condition where it will make sure that the top record that has been extracted by us is not blank or there are no such null entries in it. And once that is also checked or verified, what would happen is the calculate function will extract the name of that crop. So that is how this expression has been created. Now what you can do is once these cards are created, you can just simply format paint it. But I'm going to make some changes here. What I want is the background colors of these cards is not something I want currently. So I can change the color also. For example, this is currently my color. So let me make sure to change it. Let me just make sure to make some changes, and I will go in the visual section and I will choose my call out value color as something dark, I'll say. And similarly, I will choose a category label which is the same color. Now I will format paint this for all, and I will format paint for this as well. And then I will click on format paint. I will go to the detailed analysis section, and then I will do the same for these. Similarly for this, and similarly for this. So now once I have created the cards in this section, now what I can do is I can start off with my visualizations. So first I'm going to create a visualization which will show the crop diversity index or the total number of crops which were planted in a specific area in each particular crop year. So for that I will create a line chart, because when we are showing trends, for example if there are any date entries, for that we are going to make sure that always a line chart is used. So I will choose a line chart from here and I will drag this all the way over here. And let me just make sure to resize it also. And I'm going to make sure my crop year is in the x-axis and my crop diversity index is in the y-axis. So now you can have a look at it also. Let me just show you. Let me just unselect it. You can have a look here. If you hover onto it, you can see that in year 1997, the crop diversity index was relatively low, which was 57. And then there was the highest peak in 2002, where multiple crops were planted. And then similarly, it saw a gradual decline in the year 2015. So that can be an interesting visualization. So for this now, what you can do is, you can just click here. You can go back to this section, Overview Insights. And what you can do is, you can just choose here and you can click on Format Paint. And you can go to the Detailed Analysis section. And you can just simply click here. So most of the work is done. But what you can do is, you can just edit this. Make sure the grid lines are off, for example. Any grid lines, the vertical grid lines are off. The markers, let's say, are, if you want the detail labels, you can have the data labels as well. And the values can also be reflected if you want. And they're in the bold. Let's just leave them in the Sejo font type. But what you can do is, for the marker section, you can show for all categories. And you can reduce the size also. And you can choose the color for markers. Let's say I want to choose this color. Now I can go to the line section here, lines drop down, and I can choose a color also. I'll choose this color only. And I can go to the x-axis section and the values can be a bit in larger size also. Similarly for the y-axis. Now this looks much better. So most of the work is done there. Now what you can do is you can now start creating another visualization, which is a map visualization that we will be creating. Okay, now this has been inserted. So what you're going to do is you're going to show the total production by state name, and let me just make sure. Let me just first have a look here. First of all, you're going to create this measure by the total production by the state name and the crop. So crop will be selected as the legends. Total production would be the bubble size, and then the state name would be the location. So I will drag the state name to the location section, where it will make sure that it has automatically detected the location in India. And then I will choose the crop and on the legend section, and the bubble size is the total production. So for legends, what you can do is, we don't want to see all the crops. So what we're going to do is we're going to choose the top and filter, and we're going to see the top 5 crops which brought in the highest total production, and we're going to apply the filter to this map. And what we can do is the legends can be shifted to the, let's say, center right, because most of the measures, or maybe we can choose this into the bottom center. And what else you can do is you can make sure the text is smaller in size. You can make this bold if it's not visible, and you can choose this color because most of the work actually would be format painted by these visualizations only. So let me just select this. Let me go to the format paint, and let me move back here, and let me just click here. Okay, so most of the work is done now. Now what would happen is, once you hover onto it, for example, if I hover onto it, you can see that this state is Kerala, the crop was coconut, and the total production was around, let's say, 9 trillion for a rough figure. And similarly, let me just zoom in. And if I just hover onto it, you can have a look here. State name was Andhra Pradesh, coconut was the highest, top 5 crops, and then this was the figure. And then similarly for Andhra Pradesh and all. Let me just zoom out. Let me just zoom out from here also. Now once I have created this measure also, now we will move on to the next visualization, which is the average production per area by each state. For this, we are going to create a donut chart. And let me just drag this. First of all, let me just zoom this out a bit. I'll go to the view section, and what we're going to do is this page view would be fit to width. And then we're just going to make sure it's all the way down here. And just make sure to resize it. You can increase the size also of this, and you can also increase the size of this from here. Now you can just make sure there is enough spacing between these visualizations. Now what we are going to do is we're going to drag the values into the average production per area into the values section, and the state name into the legend section. Okay, so there are many states. So what you can do is, again, you can make sure there is a filter. State name, you can choose, for example, if you want to do a basic filtering. So for example, if let's say I want to see for Arunachal Pradesh, I want to see for Assam, and I'm interested in Chhattisgarh per se. Or let's say, let's take Madhya Pradesh also. And I was interested in Kerala also because Kerala is the top producing state. So let me just show Kerala also. So if I show you, Kerala has occupied most of the part of that. And if I show you Jammu and Kashmir, so this is the part. Now what you can do is, again you can click here. You can go to the home section. You can click on format paint and most of the work will be done. But for this, what you can do is go to the visualization section here, and you can change the color of the slices also. For example, for Assam per se, let's take some darker color. And then moving on to Arunachal Pradesh, if I tell you. Or maybe let me just go to more turquoise shade colors. And then Jammu and Kashmir, if I say. And then let's say Madhya Pradesh. I'll go with this shade. And then let's say for this one, I'll choose this color. And what you can do is, if I just show you, you can make sure the legends are switched off. But for that, first of all, what you can do is, the position is fine. For example, in the detail label section, what you can do is, rather than this, we can choose the category and the percent of total. And then we can just simply switch off the legends. Let me just switch these off. And now you can see, for example, for Assam, you can see, then for Arunachal Pradesh, then for Madhya Pradesh, if you hover onto it. For various of these, you can have a look at all of the, what was the average production area by each state. Now, moving on to the next visualization, I will choose a clustered bar chart. And I will show you the total production and the total area by each crop year. So let me just make sure. Now what we are going to do is, for the total production, you're going to drag this all the way to the, let's say to the x-axis. Let's say to the x-axis. Or you can also create an area chart. Total production. And area. Let me just show you. Crop year. So you can see the total production and the sum of area or the total area by each crop year. So if I hover onto it, you can see the total production and the total area for each crop year. For example, for 2002, for 2006, all of these can be easily seen. Now let me just click on here, and again I can click on format paint and most of my work will be taken care of. So let me just make sure all the grid lines are off. So I will go to this section of the grid lines drop down menu and I'll switch off the panes. And for x-axis, what I can do is, my values can be in this color which was previously I was using, and then I will choose a Calibri, and then similarly for the title also I'll make sure same settings are applied. I will choose Calibri and my color would be this. Then my y-axis, go to the value section, and again I will make sure my font is Calibri, and my title again here Calibri. Now what you can do is, for the lines you can choose something, let's say for total production, what you can do is, you can choose a color also. For example, if I go with this color, this is the color, and my shade area but now I'm working with the total production, right? So I will apply my settings to the total production, and it will match my line color as well. And my markers should be on switched on for all the series. Now I want to apply some changing to the sum of area, and I want to change the color here, and I want to go with, let's say, this color, or maybe I can go with the darker color, much more darker color. And for the secondary y-axis, what you can do is you can go to the secondary y-axis drop down menu, and for values you can choose color that has been consistently using, and go with the Calibri format and choose this color, I'll say. And the title also, go with the Calibri font and go with this color. So now you can have a look at it, and if you think detail labels are a bit overwhelming for you, or the data labels, you can just switch them off. So that is how you can create this. Now if you want to add some of the KPIs also, you can add some, sorry, not the KPIs, you can add some slices also. For example, I'll just show you. I'll add some slicer here, and what I can do is I can choose a state name, and I can go to the slicer settings section, and I can choose a, basically again a tile part of it, and you can go to the overview and insight section. And what you can do is, first of all, you can change the color of this also. Slices here. For example, the value section, you can change the background colors also of these. Let us go with this color. Right now it's not visible, but you can make sure that the value color, we can change the value color, we can do this. So now this looks much better. And you can switch off any borders also if there are. So just click on this slicer. You can format paint here, and you can go to the second report, and you can just click here on this slicer, state name slicer, and most of the work will be taken care of. So for example, if you want to see for another, you can also just simply scroll down and you can see it for other also. And if you want to add another slicer also, another slicer can also be added. For example, for state names, you can add a slicer, and you can go here and you can choose a slicer setting, and you can choose a drop down for this, and you can just resize it. You can go to the general section, go to the effects section, and you can choose a background color, which is this one. And now what you can do is, you can go to the visual section, and you can choose Calibri here, and for font color you can choose this color. Let's say for the header, you can choose a font color, which is again this one, and you can make it Calibri again, and you can make this bold. So again, we have created another slicer as well. What you can do is, you can go to the value section, and the background color you can choose, let's say, you can choose this color, but again for the font color values, you can choose this color, and most of the work is sorted. Basically, we have created this also. The second page of the report is also created. Now, if we move to the overview and insights report, you can have a look here. For example, for season autumn, You can see the total production, the average production area, and the total producing state for this. And you can see for the season autumn, the rice was the highest producing crop. And if I just unselect my selection here, I can click on clear selection here and go to the detailed analysis section. For example, for Andhra Pradesh, again, for Andhra Pradesh, you can make sure that this was the total crop and the crop efficiency for this Andhra Pradesh was 127 and the crop diversity index was 69. Similarly, for Arunachal Pradesh also, you can have a look at it, the crop efficiency. The rice was the top crop was the rice. And again, you can click on clear selections. And if I move back to the overview insights, so this is basically the 2-page report that we have created overall, and this was the end-to-end project. So let me just show you, or let me just make sure. So this is the final two dashboards or the reports that you will be creating in this end-to-end project. Thanks for exploring crop production analysis with me in Power BI. If you like our video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell icon for further more updates. See you in the next video.